What's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy R, from Prison Millions and all that, man. I want to go over this quick thing real fast. Me and my buddy, we just having a conversation, and he told me something that, of course, made a lot of sense. My guy, Shout out to my boy at NP Forever on Instagram. And he had sent me this reel, and he was telling me how in this reel, this is the biggest flex he's seen with the bull do the, put his money out there and all that. And I said, damn, stuff like that make me excited as hell, but at the same time put me like in a foggy mind state, right? And he was like, damn, why, what's up, bro? I said, man, because I need to get that type of wealth, like, not to flex it, but to know that I have it, just because, that type of freedom is what I said. And he, his back with me, he's like, man, freedom starts in the mental, which is 100% on point. Ain't even no discussion there. There's no need to discuss that. There's no discussion there to try to knock that down the block. But ain't no but, because after a but, you like knocking everything over. However, that's not the context that I was saying to them. You know what I'm saying? Because of course I was physically free. I mean, I was physically incarcerated and mentally for a period amount of time while I was physically in jail. My man, he was locked up too, but I was mentally free. I got myself mentally free before my physical body got free. And this is what I told him. When I was incarcerated having 4 life sentences, I was, in the very beginning stages, I was still mentally incarcerated as well as physically, right? And I didn't know that, amongst other things, spiritually and all that type of other stuff, right? Because those are different types of incarceration in this world that we live in this 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional world, whatever it is that they call this, right? So I say that to say this. I was already mentally free. We got to get mentally free before we can get physically free out of most situations, right? So for years I've been mentally free. Like I don't let my imagination or my thoughts be bounded by, popular demand or whatever the hell, whatever the phrase is out here. Like I don't get caught up in those little boxes of this belief system, or this should be this way, that should be that way. No, I control how I see what I want to see. I'm not going to agree on something that I feel like is disagreeable upon because majority of the world agree upon it, whatever the case might be. I'll hold tight to my values or my principles without being stuck in a box. Not that I'm arrogant about it, because I'm always open to listen to a different perspective, because perspective is everything, of course, granted, right? Makes life a whole lot easier. You allow other perceptions and perspectives to come into your circle of influence so you can see things in a multitude of ways, right? Because just because I can do one thing one way don't mean it's the only way to get it done. Now, with all that being said, I'm physically free, spiritually free, mentally free. My thing right now, what I'm working for is to get financially free, right? This is what all these videos and all these talks and trying to start businesses and starting businesses and fixing credit, building credit, fucking up credit. That's what all this is about, right? There's levels to everything, is how I move in my personal life, right? There's levels. Like, you got to get this right first. In the mix of doing this, get your physical right, you know what I'm saying? Get your spiritual right. There's no such thing as balance in between all that. It's really not. It's always going to be a give and take. You always got to feed it all. But right now, as a mentally, physically, and spiritually free man, my brother, my sister, I'm trying to become a financially free individual. Because in this world we living in right now, I ain't talking about the hereafters or whatever the case. I'm not talking about nothing after this life right now. For this moment right now, for me to help the group of people I'm trying to help, for me to influence the type of individuals that I'm trying to influence, there's a certain facade, a certain image you need to do, right? And I'm not really a phony baloney, you know what I mean? I'm not that mystery meat that they give us in jail trays for the sandwiches. We don't know if it's bologna, schmaloney. It might be rat tail smushed up, you know what I'm saying? No, but all jokes aside though, there's a vision I have cultivated and the type of people that I'm trying to like sway from doing, stupidity out in these streets or whatever, or wherever, in the corporate, whatever. Like, you got to remember, I had time in jail for life sentences. I'm never gonna stop talking about that. People probably be like, yo, this nigga gotta let that go. I let that go, don't trip. But at the end of the day, it's my testimony, my story, to show and motivate everybody else that coming from anything like that, where the odds was against me, and they still are in their own way. Like, it ain't too many jobs. I wanted to get a job. There's not too many jobs I can get out here that's gonna be decent paying, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about that mental freedom right there. That don't bother me much. Like, it don't bother me at all. Honestly, it is what it is, and it's gonna be how it's gonna be. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that for me personally, when I talk about getting money, getting cash, and being free in that aspect, I'm solely talking about financial freedom, right? To bring in a different type of peace within myself, within my family, and within those that I can help and influence. You know what I'm saying? For real. But he is right. Your number one thing is getting mentally free. Mentally free from your own devious thoughts and from the influence of others' opinions that have no direct cause to what you are trying to accomplish with your life. Remember, it's your life. You see, I'm driving my car, my body, my mind is mine. This is mine. I dictate where it goes. There's times that we fall victim to doubt and other people's ideas of what it should be like. That's when you're not mentally free yet. Don't let nobody else's opinions sway you from doing what you trying to do. Remember that. Those are anchors. Like, those are hard anchors. Let them Jones go, man. I love y'all. This Jones went over. Y'all stay safe, man. Go ahead and support the movement. Shout out to my boy at NP Forever on Instagram. I love you, bro.